is I will kill again. No, I would do it again. I've been molesting kids nonstop since I was 13 years old, over half my life.
Killer's last meal. Can you guess what they got? Stick to the end for the reveal. Oscar Ray Bolin was a serial killer and a rapist. Bolin kidnapped and murdered for women.
I mean, I don't know how you would expect someone to feel. I mean, if they told you tomorrow you're dying, how would you feel? It's not something, we all die, but it's knowing your exact date and time, that's hard to deal with. Mm-hmm. But I'm at peace with myself. I mean, as far as, it's my release. My punishment's over. I've been here 28 years now. I'm tired. So.
You've been here 28 years.
I've been locked up 28 years, since December 9th, 1987. So, I'm a little tired. And in confinement.
And explain what that's like.
Imagine spending 28 years in this room. There's no way to describe it. It's exceptionally difficult. I've had a lot of support. A lot of people loved me and cared about me. A lot of support outside. That's made it a little easier. But still, it's very difficult to spend 28 years in a room like this.
Ted Bundy was a serial killer who kidnapped, raped, and murdered dozens of young women and girls. He was convicted of murdering 30 women, but it's said to be much higher.
I don't even expect them to forgive me, and I'm not asking for it. That kind of forgiveness is of God, and if they have it, they have it. If they don't, well, maybe they'll find it someday.
Do you deserve the punishment the state has inflicted upon you?
That's a very good question. And I'll answer it very, very honestly. I don't want to die. I'm not going to kid you. I'll kid you not. I deserve certainly the most extreme punishment society has, and I think society deserves to be protected from me and from others like me. That's for sure. I think what I hope will come of our discussion is I think society deserves to be protected from itself, because as we've been talking, there are forces at loose in this country, particularly again this kind of violent pornography, where on the one hand, well-meaning, decent people will condemn behavior of a Ted Bundy while they're walking past a magazine rack full of the very kinds of things that send young kids down the road to be Ted Bundys. That's the irony. We're talking here not just about more. What I'm talking about is going beyond retribution, which is what people want with me. Going beyond retribution and punishment, because there is no way in the world that killing me is going to restore those beautiful children to their parents and correct and soothe the pain. But I'll tell you, there are lots of other kids playing in streets around this country today who are going to be dead tomorrow and the next day.
John Wayne Gacy was a serial killer and sex offender who raped, tortured, and murdered at least 33 young men and boys.
Never have had. Loving and caring. I've always looked after my children, even now.
What kind of values do you remember imparting to them?
The kind of values?
Were you strict with them too?
No, not as strict as, no. A lot of things that my dad did, I refused to do, because I don't believe in hitting children. I don't believe in spoiling a child either. My values are such that if you give enough love to the children.
You're accused of murdering 33 kids, and you say you didn't believe in hitting. I mean,
well, anybody that knows, you see, first of all, you're basing this garbage on what you've heard of me.
What happened to what happened in the Vukovic case? Where was he picked up, and how did he get to the house, and what happened with him?
I don't want to go into the other, the 5 that I know about. Just take it that I didn't. Bukovich is not one that I killed, so I don't know nothing about him. The little bit that I know about him is that he was an employee of mine. See, when you look about this recall business, and
I'm not a prosecutor, John, but you just
I know
said
you're not.
Bukovich
Wait a minute.
is not one that you killed, which suggests that maybe in fact there were others that you did kill. And I'm not.
Okay, I'm sorry if I led you to believe. No, strike it then. That is wrong. If you want to charge me with anything, charge me with complicity in 2 of the murders.
Just 2?
That's all I know about. Robert Peace was killed by another individual in my home.
How did he get to your home?
He was transported to the house by another.
How did the other, whoever he was, kill Robert Peace?
I believe he was strangled.
You were there, right?
Not during the crime, but I was there afterwards, and I watched the removal of the body.
And what happened to the body afterwards? Was one that was that
taken
body
to
was
the
put
river.
into the river?
It was taken to the river and dumped in the river.
Did you help do that?
Yes, I'm in complicity with that.
Westley Allan Dodd was a convicted serial killer and sex offender. He sexually assaulted and murdered 3 young boys.
I have to be. Because I will kill again. No, I would do it again. I've been molesting kids nonstop since I was 13 years old, over half my life. Anything happened, I can guarantee I'd do it again, and sooner or later I would kill another child. I've done it before, and at the time I liked it. Not directly, no.
But it's something that you know that you're going to do, or you plan to do, you want to do.
Yeah.
Did your execution do any good?
I think it would. I think a few child molesters anyway are going to think twice before they do anything again.
How do you live with yourself daily?
At times it's not easy. Like I said, there's times I think about what I've done. I think about some of the things the boys said before they died, and that's real hard to think about. At other times I just try to put everything out of my mind.
Do you look forward to dying?
In a way, yeah. I think it'd be a relief. I don't have to think about all these things anymore. And I know that's the only way I can guarantee I'm not going to hurt anybody else. You know, right now I can sit here and say I don't want to, but I know it'll happen.
Earl Forrest was convicted of 3 counts of murder. He was sentenced to death for killing Deputy Joanne Barnes, Harriet Smith, and Michael Wells.
For the most part, yeah, sure.
Why do you say that?
That's just how I live.
What do you think we can learn from this?
Well, first thing is don't let your kids do drugs, you know. And there's got to be a psychological problem with me more than one, but you know, I don't feel things like normal people do.
Describe that.
I don't know, I feel like my, well, whatever it is that makes you think about, you know, not doing something, or it's screwed up. It may have never have worked, you know.
Do you think that what happened would have happened if you hadn't been doing drugs?
No, it wouldn't have.
I want to give you the opportunity. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you'd like to talk about?
Well, just one good thing about this whole thing that did come out of it is that my daughter and I recontacted, you know, made contact again, and our relationship is really good. She's pretty incredible. She's been in A for 10 years, been clean and sober for 10 years, and she just seems to be doing everything right. You know, I'm really proud of her.
Glad to hear that.
You know, my pen pals probably or tiger. They say they're not, but you know.
Do you, do you love your daughter?
Yes.
Do you understand that the love you have for your daughter is the same love that Mike Wells' family had for him, or Joanne Barnes' family had for them?
I'm sure it is, yeah.
And I mean, you still don't feel any remorse over that?
For Mike and his family, I do.
What about Toddy?
No.
You don't feel any remorse?
No.
Why?
Because she knew what the deal was, you know. She'd been in this for as long as I had, almost. And, you know.
So you blame her for what happened?
Yeah. I know that's kind of asshole of me, but yeah, I do.
Do you feel remorse for Joanne Barnes?
Not so much.
Why?
Because she's a cop and that she gets paid to carry a gun. I don't know.
Is there anything you want to say to people of Denton County?
They've already come to the conclusions that, you know, they want, and probably most of them are right, whatever they think about me. You know.
What do you think they think?
I'm just a piece of shit.
Is that how you feel?
No.
Do you think that this is a just verdict that you're getting?
For the time and place, yeah, I guess so. I'm not going to say the death penalty is wrong because I really don't have I'm not in a position to judge it because, you know, I'm one of them.
What's it like to know what your last day is going to be?
I don't know, it gets closer and closer every day, and I think I'm pretty good.
My last meal was steak, pasta, fruit plate, sliced tomatoes, cucumbers, chocolate cake, and milk. My last meal was ribeye steak, baked potato, salad, garlic bread, lemon meringue pie, and Coca-Cola. I refused to choose what my last meal would be, but I was given steak, eggs, hash browns, and toast. My last meal was a KFC chicken bucket, 12 fries prawns, a pound of strawberries, French fries, and a Diet Coke. My last meal was broiled salmon and fried potatoes. What would your last meal be? Comment below.